Hey guys, so this is going to be a new series. I'm going to call it Sell This Better Than Me. In this first episode, I'm going to show you guys how to make these wooden car air fresheners. And I'll show you guys in LightBurn how I prepare these and I bring them into XCS for Xtool. But yeah, these are super easy to do. You can customize them fairly easily. And yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything, let me know. I'll show you guys on the computer next how I do these, and afterwards I'll run some numbers by you guys, where I get some other products and how much something's cost. And yeah, follow along, you guys, and let me know what you guys think. Alrighty, you guys. So to start off, I'm gonna open up LightBurn, and once it's opened, I will be importing my logo, and that's gonna be the first air freshener that I do. So here is my logo SVG. I will be deleting the text just because I don't want to add that to my air freshener. Afterwards, I will highlight everything, group it together, and then you want to hit the letter P on your keyboard. After you do that, you want to go to your circle tool and click your mouse, drag it, hold the shift key on your keyboard, that makes a perfect circle, and then release your mouse. After you do that, go to your selection tool, click on that. I like to do 3.5 mil. Hit enter. As long as this is clicked, it'll make a perfect circle. Afterwards, you click on it again, click on the letter P, that sends it to the center of your work area, and then click up. You do want to make sure that you always, whenever doing this, you always set it to your center of your workspace, because you will be flipping this on your laser. And if this isn't centered, it's not going to line up properly. So I'm going to put this a little bit higher, actually, right about there. After you do this, you want to highlight everything and go to your offset tool. And I'm going to do 2.25. Okay. And you click on the outer border, change that to blue, and you are basically done. So now when you go to your laser, what you're going to do is the blue is going to be your cut line, and then the black, of course, is going to be your engrave line or engrave area. And once you do one side, what you want to do actually is copy everything, hit paste. And if you're doing these in bulk, this is what I do. I'll do however many I'm doing, and I will flip it. That way I will engrave and cut this, engrave and cut this, and to do the other sides, you want to make sure that whatever you cut is very secure. You don't want it to move on you. But after it's finished, I will go in, pop the lid on my laser. I will remove these and then flip them to where they're blank, and then place them on the opposite sides. So flipping this here, not doing that. So once this cuts out, you flip it, and as you see, and now it fits here. And I'll run it again, and now both sides are engraved. So I'll do them 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 at a time, and there's that. So I'm gonna get rid of this guy, move this out of the way. And to do a real world example, I had opened this up already. We just bought a Toyota Sienna. So something I would think is a good item to sell are like personalized air fresheners. And what you want to do is, or what I've done is type in the vehicle model, and then I'll type in blueprint or something along those lines, schematic maybe, to bring up like line work. You can always make your own, but it's kind of tedious. So you want to be careful. Sometimes you see stuff like this where it has like the diagonal lines, doesn't work very well, or sometimes like these are kind of blurry, doesn't work very well. In this case, somebody uploaded this. That works great. So I'm going to copy this and paste it into LightBurn. Click on it, right click, go to trace image, and then in here, I'm going to adjust the threshold to where, oh, remember to fade the image so you see what you're doing. You can kind of see it's starting to give you lines. Actually, I think that's pretty good there. So I'm going to hit OK, lower that, I'm going to get rid of the image. And then you want to highlight everything, right click, ungroup, and then just delete whatever you're not going to use. So I don't need any of this here. You can even make this into an air freshener, but I'm not going to. Get rid of that. That's got to go. That's gone. This is gone. Control Z if you make a mistake. And sometimes I'll even go in here and kind of simplify it just so it's not as detailed. I find with air fresheners, sometimes being bold is a little bit better. So like these really, really thin ones, I'll kind of get rid of them. Some of them I'll keep, but if I feel like they're not needed, I'll kind of just click on them and delete. See, like these here, I don't need. And I think that's good. Next, you want to highlight everything and group it. And if I hit fill, actually I'm going to change this to the black color so you guys see what it looks like. So that's what it'll look like now if you just engrave it on something, but you want it to be cut out as well. So I'm going to highlight everything. I'm actually going to lower the size. I like to do about 110, between 100 and like 115 is what I usually like to do. So I'm going to do 105 this time. Hit enter. Click on it again and hit the key for P. That sends it to the center of the work area. And we're going to do the same process. Create a little circle, hold shift, and then release your mouse. Change this to blue, and then selection tool, click on P to center it, and then just click up until it's more or less where you want it. I forgot to resize it, so I'll do that now. 3.5, and I'll bring that down. I think 3.5 was the right size. You might need to mess with that. It's been a while since I've made air fresheners to sell. Usually once you make one and you save the template, you just reopen it and print it. I believe it was 3.5, but yeah, don't hold me to that. Now that we've done this, you want to highlight everything and do the same thing. Click offset. This one doesn't need to be as big, so maybe 1.25. I'll do 1.5. Hit OK, and then click on the outermost border to where just the outside is being highlighted and change that to blue, and you're done. So now when you go to engrave, the blue is going to be your cut file, the black is the engrave file, and you're basically done. I will save these. I personally have LightBurn for my fiber laser and XCS for my X-Tool P2S. LightBurn's a lot easier to do this in, just because the tools are a lot, you can adjust them a lot better. You can do this in X-Tool software, but it's a little bit harder and the results aren't always as nice. So what I personally do is I'll save these in LightBurn and then import them into X-Tool. I'll save them as like SVGs. But if you do want to do them in X-Tool, um, I'll show you guys kind of like how I do it. Again, these aren't as nice, but you can still do a pretty decent project. So same thing, you paste into X-Tool. You want to bring this down, hit trace, and you don't have as many options to change here. I kind of just mess with it for a while until I get something that's semi-decent. You can kind of see you don't get a ton of adjustability, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this to look anywhere as nice. And if you have practice adjusting nodes, you might be able to clean this up a bit. But I still don't know if you'd be able to get it looking as nice as you can in LightBurn. Not quite as much. Lost door handles there. So that might be as good as we can get. So you hit save. And now I'm going to ungroup. And I'm going to delete the picture. And now you're doing the same process. Delete that. Delete this. Delete this. And delete that. So if you highlight this and set it to engrave, you kind of see what you would be left with. Not exactly the same results, but you still are able to get something done. And it's a sienna. So you can highlight this, and to center stuff here, it's a little bit different. I'll show you guys how I do it. So highlight everything and hit group. And I'm going to resize this to where the width is about 105, so same size. Next, I'm going to create a box. Doesn't matter what size as long as it's bigger than your item. I'll do it 130. And next, you're going to click on your item, hold shift, and then click on your box. And it should highlight both. Then you go here and you hit align center. After you do that, you're going to create your circle, hold shift, and then release. And then this guy here, you're going to adjust the size to 3.5. And then same thing, you're going to click on this, hold shift, click on your box, and then align center, and then just click your up key. And it's going to bring both of those up. You're going to be deleting the box, so it doesn't matter. But you want to get it more or less where you think it'll look okay. And now you want to delete that box. And now you know that your item is centered. Now you want to highlight everything, hit offset, and external and outer shapes only. You want to make sure that that's clicked, or else it's going to try to do the offsets on the innermost as well. Hit confirm, and this here is going to be cut, and the inner one is going to be engrave. And if you adjust the settings when you were tracing the sienna, you can get it to like the wheel show. And I'm sure if you mess with some other settings here, you can probably get it to work as well. Let's see. But yeah, so there's what that would look like. I'm going to go ahead and use my LightBurn version just because that looks a little bit nicer. And I'll show you guys what that looks like after it's cut out. Okay, you guys, so here's where we're at. I took these off of the engraver, and this is the sienna. I messed up. I forgot to resize my logo, but you get the idea. As far as costs go, you can buy wood that's specifically made for like laser engraving and have it shipped to you. I personally just go to Home Depot. You can buy it by the 8-foot sheet. So the dimensions are an 1/8 inch thick by 4 feet by 8 feet. And that costs you a whopping $20.28. And you can make a bunch of air fresheners with that. The model number for that is 833096. If you want to search that up, see where your local Home Depot, what aisle that's in. I also use essential oils. Be careful which ones you order, or you might need to purchase them and return them depending on which one you order. Sometimes they say a certain scent, and when you get it, it smells like something completely different. But this one here is by Virginia Candle Supply on Amazon, the black ice scent, and it smells just like black ice, the one that we all know. This is another one that I have by the brand MITFLOR, Mint Floor, and it's Eau Tobacco. And it smells pretty good. Those are the two main ones that I do. Something else that you'll need is some elastic. This is sold by the roll, and I did the math on what they claim is in here. It's the 1.2 millimeter elastic. I can do 392 air fresheners with this, so it comes out to about 2 cents per air freshener, and I cut the elastic to about 9 inches or so. That seems to be a good size. And lastly, you need the little bags. I buy these resealable bags on Amazon. 100 pack was $6.99, so that's about 7 cents per air freshener. So all in all, you have 7 cents, 2 cents, and I don't know how you would factor that in, but you're not in this all that much. I sell these as a 2-pack for $12.99. So your profit's probably going to be somewhere about $10, $11, maybe even $12, depending on how much wood and stuff you end up using. But profit's pretty good. I could see these selling pretty well for like sports events and stuff. I sold these for like NFL teams. That's another pretty common one that I could see people selling. Just be careful, like trademark stuff, copyrighted stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much it for these guys. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, advice, leave it down below. I'm gonna try to make a series of these of like common things that you can make with like your laser engraver that you don't really see too often. I've seen people, easy things to engrave with your laser that sell. I haven't seen these before, and I think like these can sell pretty good. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, advice, leave it down below. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you when I upload another video. Thank you.